What's up, everybody? Now, it's always awkward starting these videos by yourself, is because I gotta press the start button, the record button, at the same time I say hi, and I don't get a 3 count to if I fuck up. Anyways, what's up, everybody? Today it is, I'm pretty sure, let me have a look, episode 10 of the Undignified podcast, and right off the bat, you're probably noticing a few things. 1, why are you so fucking sweaty, bro? 2, where's Ayden? And 3, why the fuck are you so sweaty? I'm sorry I'm sweaty. I can't help it. It's fucking hot in here. I got no AC. I'm in a loft, so deal with my sweatiness. But I'm burning calories at the same time, shredding, looking good for summer. So it's a win-win. But as for Mr. Ayden, he's away on business. So he'll be back in a few weeks. So you're stuck with me, myself and I. And hopefully I can be somewhat entertaining without rambling on about nonsense that I always ramble about nonsense. Let's be honest. But yeah, we're a bit late. It's a few weeks late, a couple weeks late. It's probably my fault. Life has been hectic, but roll with the punches, and you get in after it, and you just give 110%, mate. You never give up. Balls to the wall, size of the prize, and all that jazz. But nonetheless, I have a lot to talk about today. Litany of stuff, about 3 topics. But one that's been on my mind for probably 2 weeks now, which has been pissing me off to no extent. It's the taxes on tobacco. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is the most annoying thing I've dealt with at a recent date, besides this sweaty mess that I'm in right now. And shit's in my balls. Man, there I was sweaty. But no, I recently ordered some cigars, about 7 or 8 sticks from the US. A place called, what are they called? Cigars Daily. Got a YouTube channel. Goes on about different types of cigars and flavors and blends, and they have a huge category. You can choose from this and that and yada yada yada. And I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself. So I brought a couple, probably mid to late last year. Smoked them for New Year's because they're like a celebratory thing. I'm not much of a smoker in general, but for celebrations and the lads' weekend, they kind of call for it. So brought a couple, came through the border fine, kept them fine. Came in little cylinder metal tubes. Long story short, smoked them, fantastic. And I'm like, they were really good, great experience. I'm gonna order some more. So one of my friends were talking about it, and they're like, oh, I want to get some as well. So cool. So we went through the flavors. It's like a Sweet Jane, Monte Cristo. So really fancy, classic stuff. So we put an order together. Also chucked in a cigar cutter as well. So cigars, and cool. Paid the fucking tax on it. Paid the stupid shipping and handling on it. And I was like, cool, fingers crossed, but it should come through customs because we paid the dollar value to the US dollar plus the tax plus the shipping and handling, which is like, I think $75 just for shipping. But nonetheless, we did all that. So we're waiting. So we're waiting for them to come through, and it shouldn't take too long, maybe a week or two. Shipping was quite quick, but we had a hiccup along the way. So tracking the package, it got held up in customs. And sometimes, like when you order questionable things online, they may or may not get taken up by customs. So you always run the gauntlet, run the risk, whatever the fucking terminology is. Anyways, so we got pinned. It's like, fuck. Okay, so are they just gonna check them? What are they gonna do? I doubt it's gonna be a huge issue. It's just like, I think 7 or 8 cigars. It's not much, like that big. Anyways, I do know that there's Australian tax on cigars, in the sense like you can only allowed to have, or cigarettes, this much tobacco per order, delivery, whatever it is. Long story short, gets flagged, waiting around, waiting, pending in Australian customs, border control. Like, for fuck's sake, we're fucked. I'm about to lose $250 we spent on these cigars or whatever. Then I get a letter in the mail. 2 letters, no. It's like 4 letters, and I can't remember the top of my head because I was too pissed. I've erased it from my brain, but from what I do remember, it was basically a tobacco declaration form about the tax that's included on tobacco and how much you can order and send in and things like that. And I was like, okay, I was expecting that, fair enough. But the secondary page is from customs itself, and it outlines more, I guess you could say, more detailed on like the weight, the size, what's in the package. Long fucking story short, chuck on $180 fucking tax, and then I may or may not receive my fucking cigar. So the thing is this. No, that's actually wrong, no tax. So basically, They estimated those 76 cigars to be over $1,000 worth Australian of tobacco, or what the fuck it was. I'm like, it's not. It's like 250 US after conversion rate. And I was like, okay, whatever. And basically, they had, okay, you got to pay an extra $20 to $30 tax on those cigars. I was like, more tax on them. I already fucking pay tax on them, plus shipping, handling, dollar value. Okay, fine. But then below that was an extra $150 for customs fees. So I appreciate customs and border control and keeping a country safe, like, all for it. But, like, I was pretty pissed. And I was pissed because, well, I just spent, good money on good quality cigars, not breaking the law to the extent of bringing cocaine, roids, trend, drugs, and steroids and shit. It was just a couple of tobacco sticks. I get there's a tax on it. I'm more than happy to pay the tax on it. I'll pay the extra tax. That's why we do it. But to pay a $150 like admin fee, I thought it was fucking ridiculous. And people watching this like, oh Jake, you knew the risk when you took it. Fuck you. Let me be angry. Let me be pissed. We have a right to be angry. And I was just angry because it's an extra $180, so it ended up being nearly like $400, $300 to $400 total for the 6 to 8 cigars. So that was really fucking annoying. And like, again, I get it. Doesn't mean I have to like it. Doesn't mean I have to accept it. And boy, am I sweaty, probably from all the rage I'm experiencing right now. But yeah, anyways, that was a big pain in the fucking ass cheeks. And I got big ass cheeks, and that was a fucking big pain. And yeah, so I had to pay the extra $180. And I was questioning, hey, do I have to fill out any more forms, or do they release them? Because they said one form said they would release them, the other form said, oh, we will release them if you fill the form out. So one said sign a form, one said didn't sign a form, and I was like, oh look, I'm just gonna pay the money through. If it goes through, I get my cigars, cool. If it doesn't, your boy's gonna be fucking pissed. So luckily, got on cigars. Too much money's later, and that is and it's annoying as well, because if you want to buy more and you want to build a collection, you're fucked. You have to buy like one at a time, two at a time, which not even makes it worth the shipping and handling. So, and look, yeah, you can probably go in Australia and get some, but you're not going to get the variety that they have in America and on this particular website, Cigars Daily. So it's annoying. If you want to have a cool little hobby, cool little celebratory thingamabob, you can, but you just gotta fucking spend the money. But anyways, it is what it is. Now I know better, and now I know to go on the black market. And well, I didn't say that. No, but it's what happens in the future. So that was annoying. So, in the same week, I paid a speeding ticket, which was 5 kilometers over, and the speeding ticket was like just under $300 with 1 demerit point. I'm like, it's 5Ks. No, I think it was less than 5Ks. Whatever it was, I got fucked. And then registration came out as well for the car, and that was an extra $100. I pay it quarterly, so it was an extra $220. So it went from $180 over the years up to $220 quarterly for your registration. So the tax man, or government I should say, got a piece of my wallet and a half. So you're welcome, fucking Vic Roads and government, whatever you fucking do with the money. I don't know what they do with the money. We should have like a ballot. We should have a ballot and write down what they do with the money or some shit. Anyways, on a more positive note, let's move on from the negativity. You would have to be an absolute, look, I can't say the R word, retard word, so I'll say ignoramus. You would suffer from diarrhea of the mouth, constipation of the brain, if you were not going to pick up, I haven't picked up already, Hogwarts Legacy. Need I go on? Now look, it's a bit gay. It's a bit kind of woke, which is fine. I'm all inclusive here, so it's a bit, and they're kind of a bit over friendly. But you know what? Childhood Jake isn't complaining. It's if you haven't got onto it, literally get onto it. It is fucking sick. Dueling, awesome. Fucking people up with your wand in more ways than one, sick. Now it's not just a sexual term, you can fucking literally do it. I should have my wand here to fucking Avada-Kedavra, motherfuckers. Avada-Kedavra the fucking taxation. But the game is sick. Like, my mate has already finished it. I'm sure millions of people have already finished it. I'm taking my sweet time, because I wanna explore the Forbidden Forest. I wanna check out the spell. I want fucking the Death Curse very badly. I'm this close to getting it, but I digress. Very, very cool. And it's crazy how, like, from when I was a child, I played Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban, Goblet of Fire, like literally on GameCube and PlayStation 2, and I think eventually maybe PlayStation 3. I'm not too sure because they haven't been around for like 10 or so years. But I remember I was collecting every single game, even have Quidditch World Cup, I think it is. I'm not too sure what it's called, but they came out in like 2002 or 3. I don't know why they didn't remake that one. I don't know why they don't remake all of them. Well, I guess they've got Hogwarts Legacy now, which kind of, I guess, makes up for it, which is good. But at the same time, like, man, I wish there was like those replay ones. Like Simpsons Hit and Run, as if that's not been remastered and redone. You know, Halo was redone, and Simpsons Hit and Run is just as big of a cult following. But anyways, yeah, so it's been fucking phenomenal coming from those old games growing up in the early 2000s to now. Very, very cool. Very, very grateful. But it's cool. Like, a part of me wish it was still kind of Harry Potter storyline, because I guess you're so well versed in those characters like Snape and Dumbledore and things like that. But it is a really cool spin happening in the late 1800s, when it was a little bit different, a little more quirky, but same principle. So it's really, really cool to experience, and it's really cool in the sense like certain sound effects are in the game that are in the movie. Like when you go Lumos, it makes it sound like I don't know if I go through the mic, but same noise as it does in the movies. Makes it more nice. Again, I'm still taking my sweet time in it. I've come across a few of like the movie locations. I won't mention a spoiler alert. No spoilers. I won't say anymore. But it's cool to kind of like, oh, they're in the movie, and obviously probably in the book. I'm like, oh, look, it's in the fucking game. Let's go see. So that's been really cool to kind of come across, and experience. So that was cool. But yeah, it's a big game, and the map is bigger than I realized, in a good way. Like, you're not gonna get it. The thing with single player games like this, I find that once you finish a storyline, you've kind of like, oh, lost interest now. Where this game is like, it's got a lot of side quests which are interesting, but they're doable. It's not like, for example, Grand Theft Auto, or which I love, or like what is it? It's on the tip of my tongue. Great, Grand Theft Auto. Then you have, oh fuck me, Red Dead Redemption, and another one I can't remember at the moment. But like, where they have side quests were almost impossible to do, or you really got to grind it out and be a no lifer. Like, I'm talking like South Park, Dungeons and Dragons, World of Warcraft, South Park, where you're just a fat fuck sitting on the couch with pimples on your face, or sitting on a chair shitting in a bucket because you can't get off the screen because you got no life, and that is your life, and you're trying to master the game, and you're trying to beat the fucking big boss man. So the Hogwarts Legacy, it seems to be doable. I'm sure there's a lot of hidden puzzles I haven't figured out yet, but so far it's like, hey, this is pretty cool. I actually have a legitimate chance of completing the game entirely, feeling good about it, not being angry or frustrated. So it's really, really cool. There are going to be DLCs apparently, and like everyone's Quidditch to be a DLC, but I don't know how anybody would have the secret scoop on what the DLCs are going to be when the game came out, a week, 2 weeks ago. So that's a bit odd, to say the least. And look at the camera. This complexion, this light does not do me any favors. And I'm not just saying that to be funny. And like, I'm playing a character. Like, fuck me, I look like shit. But the show must go on. Trust me, in real life, I'm way more handsome and jacked. It's fine. But yeah, it's Hogwarts Legacy. Very, very cool. Like I said, you'll suffer from constipation of the brain and diarrhea from the mouth if you're not one of the individuals to pick that game up, because it is awesome. I got people even questioning about it. Like, do I pay the fucking $89? Don't be cheap. Plug it into your fucking PlayStation or Xbox or whatever the fuck you play with, and relive your childhood and fucking enjoy it, because the game is sick. I can't wait to go. It's the longest time. Is it the best game in the world? Probably not. But is it one of the most popular games based on the fact that you're reliving your childhood? Fuck yeah. That is sick. It's amazing. So, it's honestly just fucking priceless in that regard. What else do I have to say today? Cigar, taxes. We're missing Ayden. I've already covered that. He's on the way on business. To ask some more questions. Top secret. He'll be back eventually. And maybe I'll become more of a bigger star than he will. And he has no choice but to work in the background. You just never know. No, he'll be back soon enough, and we'll have back to our antics of Ed and Jake. So yeah, but it's hard, I guess, like, unless you have the gift of gab to talk by yourself. I'm talking to you guys, but you guys don't really exist yet. When you listen to this, then you'll be existing, listening to what I'm saying, because right now I'm talking to a camera. So does it make sense? It's a bit of a mind twist. Yeah, you probably have to smoke a little something to kind of wrap your brain around that kind of thing. But yeah, so I'm not talking to anybody, but I am, but not yet, but it will be. See? Not just a pretty face. Well, not just a fucking blurry bright light in my face and make it look blotchy and sweaty as fuck. But hey, look, it's all gravy, baby. I ain't mad. I ain't upset. It is what it is. And I'm trying not to look at the camera screen back and forth like a fucking jabroni rookie. But yeah, it's a paradox. I keep looking down. Like, is it recording? 15 minutes already? Shit. I'm going to talk for another 30 minutes? About what? I don't know. I'll think of something, because I'm fucking desperate and need the attention. Just like all my ex-girlfriends. Well, I wish I had a girlfriend. But yeah, I guess another thing I guess I could talk to you guys about is everyday life. You know, that's one thing I guess people want to window in what other people's lives are like. Is it similarities? Is it something that we can all get relate to? You know, for example. And I look like a fucking bro. I look fucking jacked. No, I just got my reflection of my fucking gorilla mitts. And yeah, like, you know, I guess I'm 25. So as a 25-year-old, what's a day in life for me? And is it relatable? Can people, you know, pick up on certain things I do? And can I learn from other people my age? Because I feel as if it's just good to know. You know, like most of the times you hang out with your mates and talk, and you get the reason why you have a relationship is because you have things that are in common and things you enjoy doing, and then you kind of bond over that, and you kind of, you know, build on the experiences and yada yada yada. So I guess it's kind of a virtual version of doing that, which millions of people are already doing. So maybe that could be us, guys. Maybe we could bridge the gap and have virtual sex. But I remember, like, just to bounce back around everything, I remember, I think it was year 10 or 11 when podcasts first came up. No one knew much about them. I think I graduated high school in 2015. So I guess it would have been 2013 or so. I think podcasts were coming off, and I'm a big wrestling fan, so I was into a lot of wrestling podcasts at the time. By a lot, I mean like two of them. Chris Jericho and Steve Austin had podcasts, and I'm like, man, this is sick. This is great. I got into it really, really early for the boom, and I did it for a school project. I interviewed one of my school teachers about pro wrestling, because it's fucking sick. And I haven't listened to that back because I'm cringy about it. But I know I did a lot of yep, okay, when I should have just shut the fuck up and let the guests do the talking. But nonetheless, I think it turned out really well. But I remember I really, really, really wanted to start a podcast, but I wanted to do it back then. That would have been like 7 to 8 years ago now, because no one was doing it. No one really knew what it was. And I'm like, oh man, that's pretty cool. Like, the opportunity to be one of the first, and even if it's a shitty little podcast like this where no one's really listening, you got 8 years of grinding grinding at it, and then you might hit off. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I mean. Like, you don't know until you try. But back then, I guess the pool of success would have been bigger, or more opportunities, or easier per se than now, because now there's like billions of podcasts, which is cool. I'm glad everybody's doing that. It's fair game. You know what I mean? Like, everybody can play footy. Well, not everybody can play footy, but you know what I mean? You have the choice to do whatever you want. But yeah, anyways, and I was like, but I think my thing was, I didn't have any money because I was stacking shelves at BW. Little part-time job in high school, and I guess I could have had like a shitty camcorder and stuff. And then it's like, do you have the right? Then you get stuck in your head, in the sense like, do I have the right? You know, I need the right space, I need the right office, I need the right kind of area, a feng shui, like how artists have their own, like outlet area. Like, writers will go on a cottage and write in a cottage or in the middle of the woods where they hear nothing. It's just their thoughts, and they start writing. Artists will buy or rent a studio. That's it, a studio, and where they will write and paint and draw and wank and fuck and do some, I don't know, fun stuff. until inspiration hits them, and yada yada yada. And I'm very much the same. I needed to find. I didn't have that kind of outlet area, environment, place, space. To do all those things, and I think I kind of just didn't have the confidence. And then 1 year, next year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 8 years later, we're finally giving it a go when the podcast boom has come and gone. So like, it's very, very hard to come off the ground with a new podcast unless you're different, or unless people just really like you, or unless people, kind of, guess you could say. Do you like my chair, by the way? You've probably seen other videos. It's just a fold-out chair. I was gonna buy a couch, but they're fucking expensive, and I'm like, I got the money for it, but is it necessary? Probably, because I look like a fucking Derek cunt. Anyways, but yeah, so podcast boom is probably, it's still, I don't know if it's peaking, maybe it's plateaued a little bit, but then like, how do you get any higher than like what's already happened? All on Spotify now, Apple Podcasts, things like that, YouTube. So it's like, it's kind of like the best time to do it, but also maybe the hardest time to be recognized to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. That sounds pretty fucking good. But yeah, so it's been a wild time, being a long time, probably too long. You know what I mean? I guess that's the probably more of the story is like, don't get stuck in your own head like I do, and just do it. A few times, a lot of times I've been told like, you have the ability to do this, and you could be good at that, and why aren't you doing it? I'm like, I could do that. Yeah, you're right, I could do that, but why aren't I doing it? Because I think about it more than actually putting the wheels into motion, making a thought into a practice, into an action. I guess that's my kind of fault, or my learning curve. So I guess that's why it took it so long. And also, it's good having Mr. Ayden around, because it keeps us both accountable, and it keeps us both on track, to continue doing this every week, or when we can, until our schedules match up again. So that's been good. And also you gotta put the reps in. Like, every draft is shit. Every few episodes of a TV show rarely is good. You gotta watch a few episodes to get into it. Once you're into it, it's good. They got the groove, they know where they're going, then the story, the characters, boom. So it's like in anything. You start the gym, and obviously I go to the gym a lot. Like, when you start, you're a piece of shit. You don't know what you're doing. I used to get mum to buy me 2 liters of milk a week, because I thought that is the answer to gains. It's not. It's the answer to diarrhea. And a lot of diarrhea. I'm not even lactose intolerant. I don't even know what it was. But no, like, it's yeah, you're always gonna be shit when you start something. So, we thought we'd give this a go, and we're already 10 episodes in. You know what I mean? And I'm holding down the fort for a few of them, so that's a good experience for me, and maybe I would get better at that as the weeks go by. When Ayden comes back, I can utilize skills that I learnt by myself, and when he comes, and if I have to fuck off somewhere with business, which I probably will actually have to, he can step in and do the solo work, because it gives him experience, gives him experience to get better himself. So become more well-rounded, and revert. So yeah, it's cool. That's a cool aspect of it, and that's a positive aspect on it, because I know, like, you look at your videos or your photos on Instagram or whatever your business is, you're not getting any likes, you're not getting any hits, you're not really getting anything, and it can be really, really, really annoying and deflating, and you can feel like a piece of shit, because you're like, why am I doing this? This is not good. This is not working. Oh, I hate myself. Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. When you realize, hang on, mate, like I said, drafts are shit. No one knows you fucking exist. Let it build. Take your time. Work on it. Work through it. Have reminders of why you're doing it. Fuck, I'm motivational. I'm Mr. Motivate. If anything from today, you can understand this guy's motivating. I'm probably not motivated, but I'm motivated. You know what it's like? It's kind of like this single guy who gives all the relationship advice to the people in relationships. And that's me. Yeah, I might not be the most motivated guy, but I am very motivating, because I'm positive and I'm super nice. So probably why you stay single. Well, I'm staying single is because people go like, oh, why is a single guy always single, giving the advice out to the couples and people who want to get relationships? Because he's the smart one, or she even is the inclusive here, they are, them, no, I'm not going that far. He or she, they're inclusive. No, fuck. What? No, they're the smart ones for staying single because most of the time relationships are too much drama and you're better off by yourself because you learn more by yourself and you can develop by yourself, yada yada yada. Same applies to this. Work on it yourself. Don't let people do it for you. You get better. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. Billion views, billion likes, $1 billion. But yes. But it's annoying thing, I think I've run out of topics already, which is really annoying. Like, you think I should have prepped this more. I already mentioned how fucking hot it is, and I'm sweating my booze off. But yeah, that is, why is there nothing? Memes. Memes are always good to talk about. Oh, South Park. So I haven't seen it yet, but I know South Park did an episode on Prince Harry and Margie Meagle, mate. Whatever fucking name is. I haven't seen it. I saw highlights on Instagram. But now Prince Harry is going to sue South Park, which is hilarious. Like, you're just drawing more attention to it, and more people are going to watch it now and then take the piss out of it. So it's like, I would just let it go under the rug, mate. Satire? Is that the word to use? I don't know. But you're already wealthy. You look, it's weird, like, with your Prince, you know, you're an actor, you're not like a celebrity, you're not like you're, I don't think, well, like, what is it, I don't know, actor, astronaut, actor, president, you're a fucking prince, man, potential king. Everything should be below you, bro. You should be fucking chill. Like, what a prince suing a TV show. I don't see where that's gonna go, to be honest. I don't know any of the details. I could be talking out of my big bum cheeks, which more likely than not I am. But yeah, I just don't think it's worth suing a TV show because you're gonna get more attention to it. People are gonna see the video that you don't want seen anymore, and then yeah. So I don't know if that is the best idea. Nonetheless, what the fuck do I know? I'm just a pleb. I'm not even like the jester yet. I'm like at the castle, like, oh please sir, can I come in? Oh, me dog's fucking died, isn't it? Like, just trying to get into the fucking courtyard of the kingdom to even like eat the crumbs off the floor, to be like, oh hey prince, hey by the way, here's some advice for you. I'm nobody, but yeah, I just thought it was strange. But I do have to watch the episode because it looks kind of fucking funny. And South Park's hilarious. But I do know that South Park years and years ago they said that they're going to keep going till they get cancelled. And I think like it's cool how they're kind of borderline untouchable in that regard because they've done a lot of fuck shit over the years, and I have a fucked up sense of humor, so I love it all. Like, I don't care. Dirtier the better. About death, hilarious. About, politically incorrect stuff, that's what makes it funny. And that's what people think, that because I love comedy, and what things that piss me off about that, just to deviate, it's the characters within the show or the sketch that you're watching. They're made up, they're not real, and that's why it's funny. So like if there's a Nazi joke from a character, it's not how the writer feels, it's how that stupid character perceives the world. That's why it's funny. You know what I mean? So anyways, but yeah, so South Park is pretty much untouchable because for 20 plus years, maybe when I was born, 25, maybe 25 years or so, I'm not too sure, they have done that. They have run the gauntlet and been politically incorrect, been like, the gay jokes, the racism jokes, the crew jokes, the death jokes, because it's just funny. It's just funny. It has nothing to do with picking on people, and it's taking the piss out of people, but it's not like, oh, I'm gonna joke about this person and bully the fuck out of them until they, fucking whatever, fuck off and, die and all shit. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that pans out and see if they do kind of sue them or go through with it. Like, I've never sued anybody before, so I'm not really too sure, like, what the actual way of doing it is. Like, you make a case. What's your case? Oh, they hurt my feelings. How do they hurt your feelings? Oh, man, they made a fucking TV show about my wife. I'm like, oh, okay. And are they known to do this? Yeah. Oh. Well, case dismissed. I don't know. But I don't know why Prince Harry sounds like that. He probably should be like, oh, what they've done here, they've done... No, that's knocker. Oh, look at the fucking... They fucking made a video about me, man. Oh, fucking lie, man. Fucking, hey, talking gibberish. Keep going. You're out. That's how I would settle the case. But yeah, I don't know. Nonetheless, yeah, odd. Very, very odd. But hilarious. Who gives a fuck? But speaking of who gives a fuck, weird segue. Dogs shitting in the house. See, look, this is a very, very fucking. It's what we do here, baby. We jump topic to topic. We're all over the place. Just a conversation. You talk about one thing with your mate, and then all of a sudden you might be talking about, hey, how's your day going, mate? Yeah, day's going pretty sick, bro. Yeah, next minute you're talking about taking up the ass. You know, giving it to somebody in the ass, mate. That's what conversations go, man. They flow. So my next fucking pivot point is going to be dogs shitting. Preferably my dog, named Lulu, which is a bit gay, but she's cute, so it kind of works well. You know, it's weird, like, you train them to not shit in the house, and you can't blame them to a degree for not shitting in the house, because like if it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, they're not like a human. I can go up and go, I'm not going to piss the bed, I'm going to get up and take a piss in the toilet. Dogs can't do that. Dogs are sleepy, sleeping around, however they snore, whatever they do. Yeah, ooh, I gotta take a shit, and they're gonna know where to go, unless you have a doggy door. But the chances are most places don't have a doggy door. So the poor dog's like, man, I'm about to shit myself. That door's locked. No one's awake. Fuck it, and shit on the floor. I'm back to bed. So it's not their fault in that regard. But still, it's like, fuck me, man. It's fucking disgusting. Again, not their fault. It's just like, okay, look, if they drop a log, okay, fine. You can live with that. By the morning, it's going to be dry. You can get some fucking toilet paper, pick it up, put it in the bin, spray the carpet cleaner on there, bring it up, bring it out, whatever it is. Happy days, right? But, you know, if it's a little bit diarrhea, a little bit, you know, sloppy, a little bit wet, by the morning, bruv, that shit's still wet. Still fucking steaming. And you don't want it, and then you're fucked. You got, hopefully, you pray to Jesus, it's on the tiles. But if it's not on the tiles, on the carpet, mate, you are fucked up. You gotta be at least six fucking pieces of toilet paper. Maybe a couple wet wipes in there, man. You gotta kind of like pick it up and not. You gotta kind of scrape it off the ground, but like it's gonna have residue left over. It's gonna be kind of wet. Maybe it's been there for a little bit. Maybe it's been there for a couple hours, but long enough to completely dry. But like maybe it's made a crusty ring on the carpet, and then you go and you go and you're trying to fucking throw up, and you put it in the toilet and you flush. It sucks. So the idea is, don't have a dog or put a nappy. No, have a dog. Dogs are great. I love dogs. I'm a dog person. Never trust anybody who doesn't like dogs. If they don't like dogs, they're not your friend. Not even an acquaintance. They're just, oh, who's that guy? Oh, he doesn't like dogs. Oh, fuck that guy. Yes, fuck that guy. Nappies. Not a bad idea. Honestly, there probably is like nappies for like dogs who are like have Alzheimer's or some shit, or like geriatric. Is that the word to use? I know geriatric from a movie. I think it might be cool. And the guy stands up and goes, sit down, you big fat bald geriatric fuck. I think it's a movie. Correct me if I'm wrong. But maybe that for doggies could have a fucking nappy. But the size of the nappies would be kind of hilarious. Like, it'd be very interesting. You have to get the right size. Like, if you have a Great Dane, mate, you might as well just get a fucking legitimately a geriatric size nappy and chuck that bitch. Chuck that bitch right on that bitch. Chuck that shit on that bitch. No, because get the nappy. Maybe in pull-ups. Maybe dogs might have a pull-up area. Maybe there's pull-ups for dogs. But yeah, again, the sizing would be, mate. See, my brain is all over the place. I'm thinking about sizes. I'm thinking about dog sizes as well. I'm thinking about shit sizes. Man, what if it's diarrhea? Look, 2024 coming next year. Dog diapers to a Woolies near you. Man, what is something? But, maybe chihuahuas. Fuck chihuahuas, man. Look, I love dogs. I do. Like, I said it before and I'll say it again. Dogs are sick. Me and dogs, man. We're tight. Like, we were fucking just, best buds. Daddy's little friend. Danny's little girl. Conversation for another time. But, yeah, dogs good as shit. And I ain't gonna be the one to clean it up. More of a story. But hey, at least not fucking cat shit. Or piss. I don't understand why cats' piss and shit smell so fucking bad. Like, or territorial. Mate, there's other ways to be territorial than having fucking methane gas leveled nitrogen peroxide motherfucking Mr. Sheen spray polished and wiped turd stench to mark your territory. Have you heard of a sign? Get a sign. Beware of cat territory. Don't come here. It's my fucking house. You know what I mean? Here's another one. Don't come close. Then I'll piss on ya. You know what I mean? Like a skunk. He's not gonna fucking shit himself everywhere. He's gonna. Someone comes into his feng shui, comes into his fucking surroundings, his nest, his burrow, his treehouse, whatever the fuck they sleep in. Then you'll shit on them. He's not gonna shit and sleep. That shit's gross. That is yucky. So cats, bruv, seriously, get a sign. Piss off or I'll piss on you. There you go. Or beware of... You think a bitch slap is bad? Wait till you have a cat slap. I don't know, man. Be fucking inventive. The thing is, cats, if you're listening, stop it. Get help. Get some inner health plus IBS support today. And just stop. See, this one time, Kitty was her name. She was I think she passed away a few years ago, maybe 2 to 3 years ago. And I think she made it to about 20 to 22 years old. She was around that age. So, maybe 20, 21. Anyways, good innings. I think she was born in maybe 1998, 99. It's crazy. I wish dogs lived that long, honestly. But, like, not retarded. Like, cats could live up to 15, so it'd be G. Dogs live up to 15, they're like, hey, shit the floor again. And I slept in it. But I remember once we went on a holiday. I can't remember where we went to, maybe Queensland or something or other. I might have been 5 or 6 years old. I'm not too sure. I was quite young. And we took the cat to the cattery, not the knackery, cattery, whatever it was, holiday camp for cats and dogs. So we on a holiday, came back, picked her up. I was like in a farm, so a bit of a drive. So on the way home, she was in the cage. She's like, meow, meow. You know how cats always that fucking, they got some like phlegm in the back of the throat, and they're like, meow, trying to like, you're right, bro. Like you okay? Bro, fucking chill, man. We're fucking almost home. Anyway, she's going off, and I think in my head like, oh, let's let her out of the cage, guys. Okay, cool, let's do that. So, Mum, I don't know who's driving. It's in the backseat of my sister. So, open the latch. Cat comes out. Okay. She sits on my lap. And I'm like, okay, relax, pussy, relax. And look, I'm not the pussy whisperer that I am today back then, you know what I'm saying, ladies. But back then, I'm trying my best to be like, hey, relax, man, chill, man, it's all cool, man. You're in the car, I'm driving home, man, relax, man. Well, this cunt wasn't having it. Right, was she? No. She thought in her little animal mind best to, I don't know, extend, release, open the fucking claw cabinet, dig them into your boy's juicy thighs, and begin to piss on said thighs. Pissed on me. Now, we went through 5 minutes ago how severely bad cat piss is. Mr. Sheen, polish and wipe, fucking methane gas, crap, stench, stank. on your boy. I'm 6 years old. And you know what the best thing to do that time when the cat is lenched into your fucking groin, pissing its brains out? You cry. What else are you gonna do? You're gonna tell, hey, Mr. Kitty, stop doing that methane gas piss, will ya? You don't give a shit. It's pissing. And it's holding on. And it's like it's going for it, man. So, there I am, sitting there crying like no tomorrow because I'm literally being violated by a fucking pussy and not in a fucking good way. This cat is going to town, pissing up a fucking storm. I'm talking about like you know when you're sick and for some reason you piss like 2 liters of orange fluid out and you're dehydrated, so that's why it's orange, but you don't know why so much piss is coming out because you haven't had any drink or fluid because you're dehydrated and you're sick. It was like that. And I remember my sister found it funny, which haha. I remember like we got home, I was crying, it's all a blur, and I went inside the house. I like just fight, and Mum's like, get your clothes off. So I ripped my clothes off. I think we binned them. My sister's laughing, and even to the day she laughs about this fucking bitch. And I remember we had a Ford Falcon. It was like a 2005 model or some shit. Don't know why I remember that. Had DVD players. I think they come from Queensland. Long story short, the middle of the car seat, the middle one, was stained indefinitely. The cat piss literally stained the carpet in the back seat of the car until we fucked off the car, and the smell wouldn't go away. Honest to God, like I know like my memory is a bit shot in the sense of like being a child compared to an adult, because this would have been like 15 years ago or so. But man, imagine being aware of everything 15 years ago, like old enough to know 2005 or whatever it was at the time. Anyways, but like legitimately, like I was, it smelt forever, like forever. And like I said, my time frames, I'm thinking it's forever until we sold the car. I didn't know the stain was there forever, but like I remember we put everything on. I can't remember what we put, but it was just air freshener, carpet cleaner again, and deodorizer, and it was fucked. It was still traumatizing. I never looked at a cat the same. So the moral of my story and my rant is, at least dog shitting in the house is more common, but at least it's not. No, dog shitting in the house is more common, and it is annoying, but at least it's not cat piss or cat shit. And that's my story. You know, I could go on for hours about cat, and like I could go on about how does something so bad, the stench inside of you doesn't leak out, and you don't smell it until they shit it out. How does that? What's in there? What's in here? What is in here preventing the stench until they poop it out? But yeah, what a great podcast, guys. What a great lesson we've learned today. You know, we've learned about pissing cats. Piss. See, I messed up. Your boy's messed up because I'm reliving a traumatic experience right now, and I'm sharing it with you guys. But yuck. But I think one of my mates. Quick side note. Quick ad. I don't know. I probably should stop talking about cat pissing, but again, man, it's such a it is such a relatable topic. Like, come full circle here, man. Start of the podcast, relatability, hang out with friends, have a conversation. That's how we get along. Boom, we all relate to how bad cat piss stinks. And I was just, I think one of my mates, I think they had the cat litter in the toilet. No, in the bathroom, and like you're having a shower, mate. If you've ever released a dragon while having a shower, that's another GG move. Game over. You just fucking gas chambered yourself with your own gas. That steam, heat rising, you're popping, you're gone. So I think he was basically, long story short, he was having a shower, getting all steamy, washing his bits, Cat came in. Might take a shit. Might piss. Don't know. Drops nuclear warfare in the bathroom. Fucks off. Mate's choking to death in the shower because the steam is catching every poop particle in that fucking room and into the nostrils, and he's just glad it wasn't me. I'll tell you that much. So yeah, what a great segue. But yeah, cats, yuck. And they're fucking murderers. Don't get me started on that aspect. My cat's pretty domesticated. This new cat we have, Missy, very inventive with the names. Yeah, you see a trend happening, don't you? Anyways, she's an inside cat. She doesn't have the big cojones, the big ball sack as an old cat had walking around in the woods. Even though we're in suburbia now, probably even safer being in suburbia. Oh, snakes with cars. Anyways, the point is, she doesn't know shit. She looks outside the fucking window, sees a bird, wants to rape its family and slit its throat. Because cats just want to do that and do it for fun. They just want to come up and go, hey, I'm gonna fuck you up. Are you gonna eat me? I ain't gonna eat you. I'm gonna fuck you right up, and then just fuck him up and leave. A little mice, little bird. He's like, cat doesn't give a fuck, man. Oh, I ain't you. Puh, where you been? Puh, fuck it. So, yeah. What a wild ride we've been on today, guys. But, anyways, look, enough about cat shit. The weirdest thing one of the things I've been thinking about while talking to you in the back of my mind, it's the timer. The timer says 46 minutes. Now, Ayden and I usually do podcasts for about an hour. And I was thinking to myself, man, can I hit an hour? Like, talking shit. And I was like, I'm pretty good at shit talking. Like, for a job, that's what I do. I just literally drive around, talk shit, hope people like me, which is pretty, look, it's not hard to like me, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, just talk shit, shake hands, kiss babies, or kiss babies, shake hands. Yeah, we're not kissing hands, shaking babies, guys. That's a no-no. Don't shake the babies. But yeah, no, I was like, can I do this for fucking an hour? And I'm like, I think I could. And then we're into it, and I was looking at 3 minutes in. I was like, shit. 3 minutes in, I've run out of material already. But happy to say we're at 47 minutes. So we could reach an hour. Not that these really have a time limit on them, but yeah, we'll see how we go in the next few minutes. It is quite late though. I'm feeling it's pretty late, which is stupid of me to do. It's 11 o'clock and I've still got to get my fucking meals in. Yeah, sorry guys. Checking the clock there, I got distracted because mealtime. I've got a new program in. Okay, if anyone's into the gym, wonder how I'm so jacked and handsome. Handsome. Thank you, Jesus. That was fucking. I'm not doing that ever again. That was fucking stupid. But you know, I picked good parents, which is cool. But yeah, so basically, I'm trying to lose a bit of weight. Get jacked again. So my new job kind of made a bit stagnant, a bit kind of rough around the edges, and I was like, this shit. I feel like crap. So got a new program organized. So I got up to about, I think 98 kilos, which is, I'm not super tall, but it was heavy. No, it wasn't even heavy. Like, look, it was manageable. Like, I look big and strong, but like it was too fatty for me. Like, I feel as if I don't have enough muscle mass to hold that much weight without looking a bit fat, at least for my liking. So trying to cut that down, but at the same time grow a bit, which would be definitely possible because I got elite genetics or whatever. But it's been a couple of weeks of about 2 weeks. Probably about 2 weeks. Has to be about 2 weeks now. No more than 2, maybe 2 weeks and a bit of very, very consistent eating. Same thing every single day, even on rest days, even on weekends, going to work. Being very, very committed, and no cheat meals so far. I can have cheat meals, but I've decided to just challenge myself and not have any. Which just sucks because like I don't like cheat meals. I've got no mental issues at all with cheat meals, or like, don't call it a cheat meal. That's mentally just stressing yourself out. You don't want to cheat meal all the time. You know what I mean? You're gonna feel degraded and negative about yourself for having a cheat meal. It's like, fuck off, man. I can have whatever. I call it a cheeky meal. I don't care. I'm clanging the band in the gym, doing my cardio, eating great on the weekend. If I want to have a fucking T-bone steak, If I want to go fucking gorge myself on Sundays and ice cream that one day a week and live my life. Fuck yeah. But yeah, no, that's it. That's it. Period. Boom. So yeah, I'm lucky in the regards. I don't have any kind of eating disorders per se. I'm very lucky in the sense, like, in the gym world, people will do a diet for a while, lose a bunch of weight, and they'll go, oh man, I put the weight back on, I want to kill myself, I'm fat. No, but really, they just look the same, maybe a little bit more body fat, which is healthier for you. But in their minds, they're used to seeing the veins, the vascularity, the hardness, and things like that. And I'm not just describing a penis. But yeah, so I'm lucky in that regard. So I just eat this. Okay, I gotta eat this to get that result. Okay, I gotta eat that to make that different. Okay, so I'm lucky in that regard. And yeah, fit burgers in where you can. But that's been really, really good. It's keep me focused, keep me disciplined, which is good. So yeah, it's been quite enjoyable. So if you guys ever have any questions on getting gains, don't ask me. I'm not qualified, but I can probably give you some examples of what I do, or what I'm told to do by professionals. So, but with that, look, man, to 51 minutes, pushing an extra 9 minutes is probably pointless because, well, it's pointless. I don't have to get an hour for the sake of getting an hour. But I think it's been a pretty decent first solo experience. I can't promise I'll have this much to talk about next week. Whenever this uploads, whatever it is. But yeah, so on that note, we made it to 51:36 and counting. Not a bad first attempt. Again, it's awkward kind of saying goodbye to you guys and stopping the thing at the same time. So I kind of like phantom do it, like, okay, bye, and press it. But yeah, thank you for coming on this wild journey with me, myself and I, and see how this brain fucking works. And hopefully it was somewhat entertaining, or maybe not entertaining, maybe it's interesting, and maybe just gave you some comfort on your long drive home. Because that's what I am. I'm a comfortable kind of guy. Call me. It's like one of those commercials from like the 90s. It's like, hi, I'm Jake. I'm 25. I like long walks on the beach and getting a good book in my hands. I'm looking for love. Will you be my Valentine? See, man, that was my video in the 90s. I would clean up. Amount of clunge I would get. Second to none. But anyway, guys, thank you for coming on this journey. If you're listening to this, let me know. If not, I would never know. And I can die happy. But nonetheless, have a great week or weekend, or when you listen to this. Episode 11 should come next week. Again, Ayden is away for a few weeks, but he'll be back before you know it. And that's that. So take care and spike your hair. Even though I've got long hair, that doesn't really work. But yeah. Peace.